And we're live.
Evening, all no concurrent viewers, apparently.
Good evening.
How are we?
Hello.
And welcome to the Comfy Stream. This is TASOB number 2. We're going to be, this week, we're going to be Enraged Accountants, which means we're going to this is going to be the extent we shout, because this is how angry we are about current events.
I'm so angry, I'm going to use a rude word. Fucking.
Grr.
I'm very,
Bugger.
very disappointed at the Jews and the way they've ruined the whole of 20th century society, because they do.
I once wiped my bum and the tissue paper tore the Jews.
Did you get poo under your fingernail, Hobbit?
That was the Muslims.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, about them foreigners.
About them foreigners.
Just don't like them. Just don't like them.
What's been going in everybody's? Has anybody got anything interesting to report that they've done this week?
Oh yeah, I walked to the butcher's.
With the butcher's apron.
And
yeah,
I went on a picnic today with a girl.
Oh, how did it go?
Well, yeah, no, it was really nice and it went well. But then we both realised we thought we were moving to the same place, but would be 4 hours apart. So it's probably not going to work out. But it was really nice because I haven't spent time with any girls except my mum when I go to see her for 3 months now. It's just nice to be out in nature. And we're a river, had a nice picnic, got along really well. But
I went on a date with a girl from Marks and Spencer's today. She wouldn't let me try anything on though.
I don't get it.
That's a very boomer joke.
It's the only date one I can think of.
M&S is a very middle of the road joke.
Yeah. It's not just this isn't just any joke. This is the top of the line racist joke.
But that's the entire budget we have for humour. So now we're going to go into this story about.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to Fed post. I'll just say my Fed post.
I can also. I can celebrate in Minecraft.
Attacking white women.
Hello, Hemi. What type of cheese do you like?
I like Wensleydale.
Grr, we're enemies. Grr, I like cheddar. Grr.
I like Yorkshire tea
You too.
The ultimate divide. Grr, how can the white race survive?
Oh, but hey,
You are elitist
Sega.
snobs. I'm going to have
Sega
dairy
or
leaf.
Nintendo.
Oh.
Sega, Nintendo's
That's true.
Yes, can confirm.
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Nintendo
I
was
barely
never.
remembered that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Can a
Well,
match
GameCube
box?
was the
Can a
first.
match box? No, but a tin can.
Ah.
Hey,
Hey.
you got any stories today?
See what we can find in the
Would you like to Fed
I
post?
don't know. I think I might be enraged by grr,
Oh,
the news, grr.
Grr.
God.
The Jews have subjected the half the white race to like cheddar cheese.
I've
Grr.
already listened to this show, and my God, is it some hot stuff? I don't know how. Get over it.
How long can we keep this up?
what task I'm posting?
It went from 16 back to 11, so.
All right, task I'm posting. No more task I'm posting. That's it. We're all done, lads.
Okay.
Hey.
What was this recent thing about? I know Tolo was posting on his
I
Twitter.
don't know.
Mate,
Ask Adam
fuming.
if he's fucking retweeting the fucking boring cunt, doesn't he?
Grr.
fuming, going local.
Fuming. By
Did I read this meme out on? Did I read this meme out the other day? It goes, Now listen here, mate. If I'm racist, then how come me brother's son once spoke to a packy, yeah? That's what I thought. Kiefer Bruiser Higgins.
Right, so what we're going to go... Start at the top, I suppose. Geralt, do you want to start at the top? The bizarre viral relationship between Terry W. East and Stephanie East. Stephanie East is a sex doll.
Whoa, what?
Top of the potential stories, Hobbit. Geralt.
20
The
from the
fucking
25th.
absolute... Oh, for fuck's sake! I know. Why can't Sojourner hear anyone?
I can't hear him.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Stephanie East one. I've got it.
You found that.
It's literally at the top because we had to nuke. Well, no, your account got nuked. So it's got to load. My browser is so slow today.
Social media
So
sleuths are demanding answers after stumbling upon the once fiery romance between Terry W. East and Stephanie East. The couple has caused mass panic across Facebook after Facebook users learnt that Stephanie appears to have gone missing in 2018. This is probably a good point to mention that Stephanie is a sex doll.
What?
It's hard to tell when or why the couple went viral. A Facebook post on June 23rd, 2018 from Stephanie appears to be one of the hearts of the viral attention. Stephanie uploaded 5 pictures of her and Terry celebrating his birthday. The caption read, "Well, Terry W. East was really sick last weekend, his birthday, so we didn't get to do anything, so I celebrated it today. So here are some pics and his present I got him last week. And had it his love you baby." What?
This guy's pretending to have a family.
If I was to have like 2 blow-up sheep dolls and stand in the field, would that make me a shepherd? And therefore, would I qualify for...
Oh my god, they had a birth. There was a birth.
Yep.
This story.
Made a sex doll.
Oh, do you know this one, Hobbit, then?
I saw the picture of it and just thought, yeah, I'm going to scroll past this. I don't need to read anymore.
Yeah. God, look at the face of that guy too. It's like, this is what happens when you have Asperger's undiagnosed and hit 60.
The absolute mom getting ready for delivery. What the actual... Who the fuck is that with the knives? A knife and a pair of pliers. Who the fuck is that mad woman?
No.
Oh my god, he's got someone to share in his delusion, the fucking nutter.
You know Christian, he's better than this.
Yes, I did pass out, couldn't handle it. Still praying, P-R-A-I, praying for the baby and mom. What the fuck? Yes, he's out and got umbilical cord already cut. That was a little scary. I must say, I was really what the actual?
I'm so glad that the plastic doll has been censored. Yeah, I think the censorship on this doesn't need to be
look at him in his collection of baseball caps. Fuck.
Oh, yeah. I saw that look on his face, and I was just like, "There's probably quite a lot of men that do this, but they don't have his sense of shamelessness where they're going to go through this."
Geralt, you'll appreciate this one.
Facsimile.
Dad soothing newly born hunter.
What?
Yes, the plastic doll is called Hunter. Why has he got like is it a condom on his head?
Because he didn't want to get the baby infected, does he?
So he's got a condom on his head, but not on his face.
Yeah, he should have wore a condom, otherwise he wouldn't have had that baby.
Yeah,
I know he really shouldn't be thinking about this, but has that baby probably got orifices? Are we guessing?
Ugh. I don't want to think.
I mean, if not, he's going to take it to the pillar drill and make sure it has.
Oh, duh. What the? Please delete this. This man is my former stepfather. He raised me from the time I was a baby until I was 17-year-old when he and my mum divorced. He is a Desert Storm survivor. He is also a domestic abuser. My family and I suffered at the hands of him for a long time. Oh, that's not funny. That's not funny. That's actually his fucking stepdaughter.
Oh, a real knee slapper.
Holy fuck.
That guy. So he's actually a father. He's a real life father.
Well, stepfather.
Oh no.
Yeah, that got a bit dark, didn't it? What do you think to his dinner, though?
Is dinner
looks bad?
Yeah.
It looks bad.
Yeah, that dinner.
Well, it's on the plastic plate, therefore it's shit. Oh yeah, and it is shit.
What the?
Oh.
Why is it? Why is everything covered in pepper?
So what's the thing at the top? Is that a chicken?
Salmon?
What is that?
It don't look cooked well enough to be chicken. Is that salmon?
I don't know. Is it covered in a sauce?
Looks like it.
And I assume what's at the bottom is mashed potato with sesame seeds on it.
And is that a biscuit, as the Yanks call it?
That's a bun. That's a bread roll.
Like a fairy cake.
Those are some very unhealthy looking beans.
Yeah. So while Stephanie's profile is pretty open, Terry's is pretty private. It's not clear if he had to change his privacy settings after going viral. His privacy settings have not stopped those intrigued by the relationship from finding personal information about Terry. A perfect example is the death of his fiancée, who went by the name Deborah Big Mountain on Facebook. It's not clear how Deborah passed, but many have included the real life death into the conspiracy surrounding the fictional disappearance of Stephanie and Hunter. This is where the viral post is entering a bizarre point of crossing over into real. Yeah, that's actually disturbing me. What I thought could have been a whimsical fucking story. She's actually.
Oh yeah, so a whimsical story of a fat spurg who's like going through the facsimile of having a family. No, that's a good bit of whimsy in it. It's just like, what are we eating for grub, guys? Well, I'm having sausage, beans, and a baked potato. Oh yeah, that's interesting. What are you having? Oh, just some unhealthy chicken on the plate with a bread roll and some beans. And I've just like my plastic family's given birth to my baby.
And I've got some mentally ill woman to come and play along and pretend to be a midwife.
My ex-wife died in
that's him dressed as a
circumstances.
midwife, mate.
Oh,
that's him dressed as the midwife.
I think it would actually be less disturbing if he was pretending to be the midwife. The fact that he managed to find someone to share in his delusion makes it far more disturbing.
No, he didn't. That's him. That's a man dressed as a midwife.
Well, surely. I suggest that any normal people forget about that story and never ever follow it up, because that's all kinds of wrong.
He's going to end up in some sort of like world's most notorious serial killers, episode 12.
He'll be ending up having an interview with Chris Hansen, won't he?
I think he might come back in an episode of 14 Words.
Yeah. Have you seen Lana Del Rey denies racism after she's criticised for comments she made about Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, and others?
Would the others be joggers?
I think joggers might be the. Let's see what Leon. 34-year-old. Fucking hell, 34. Has she only ever done one decent song? Video games, isn't it?
Nicki Minaj did a song with that other one who was doing a Ariana Grande in Manchester, and they were doing to honor all the people that died, including 9-year-old Safi Rose. They sung the song "Dick Bicycle."
Nice.
With such lyrics like "I want to ride the dick bicycle. I've got a wrist icicle." Because that's how to honor the memory of a 9-year-old girl that's been blown to bits. Or was it run over by a truck of peace?
No, she was blown to bits in Manchester Arena, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, Geralt, Nicki Minaj, smash or pass?
Pass.
Pass. How about what? Fucking hell, that Cardi B's ugly, isn't she?
Let's have
You
a
look
look.
like a fucking dude.
I don't know what a Cardi B is.
A Cardi B, I believe it's what's called a singer. In the post, Lana Del Rey denied her lyrics are anti-feminist or glamorize, abuse, and name-checked other female artists. She said, "Now those other women have had number ones with songs about being sexy, wearing no clothes, fucking, cheating, etc. She wanted to sing freely without being crucified." Lana Del Rey said, "I think it's pathetic that my minor lyrical exploration detailing my sometimes submissive or passive roles in my relationships has often made people say I've set women back hundreds of years. However, her lengthy message quickly drew criticism for mentioning mainly women of colour."
Why do we have to defend anti-feminism now? Why can't it just be like, yeah, I'm pro-family? Oh, so you're an anti-feminist? Well, if that's why you want to interpret it, then yeah, fuck you. You destroy families, you destroy hope and love and joy.
PA are on side with people like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, then, are they?
Oh yeah,
I've done something to my bicep bone.
Done something to your bicycle? What, your dick bicycle?
No, my.
Have you got a wrist bicycle?
I wish. No, my bicep bone. It's like throbbing. I don't know.
Excuse me.
Where'd everybody go? Bingo.
Does anybody want to read Lana Del Rey's Spurg?
I'm trying not to speak because I got a mouthful of food, but yeah, sure. If I click on the article, let's have a look up.
It's down the bottom. It's Lana Del Rey's.
She's black.
I mean, Lana is
Del Rey
basically like that's a Jogger American version of Laura Heskett, isn't it? So let's
Lana
have a
Del
look
Rey,
at.
she's quite possibly 4x2-ish.
Well, I'm thinking with the name Lana, it sounds a bit like Laura.
Lana.
Lana.
I have seen Archer also read it.
I've scrolled all the way down to the bottom, but I'm getting articles which are not about this. Mockingbird. No, not
Should we move?
Mockingbird.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That is a grim story. After.
I mean, there's some more interesting stories, like the woman who takes off her knickers and uses them as face mask.
Oh, yeah.
Do you reckon I should try that? What looks do you think I get in public?
Are we going to do the girl who was tortured and abused and fucking everything?
Do we have to?
No, we don't. Everyone else has done it. We don't have to.
Well, you were on with Brutus, so just say refer to Brutus's Sunday show. There you go.
Oh yeah, refer to Brutus's Sunday show.
Yeah.
Now you've covered it.
Let's keep it like there's another story as well about a baby and it was found somewhere. I don't know if we should talk about that.
A baby found at a recycling centre.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where in the stack you are, but I quite like this headline. Officials drop fines against Australian man who broke law to save bee. What's a bee? It's a humpback whale calf that was trapped in the netting. So a man saved a humpback whale from sharks.
So what law did he break?
Nice.
And
it was probably a law of, well, you're a white man, therefore there must be something you're doing which is illegal. You know, swimming whilst white.
Show me a white man and I'll show you the crime. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's it. Oh, so officials say an Australian man who faced thousands of dollary dues in fines will not have to pay for cutting through a shark net to rescue a humpback. Okay, I think that's you cut through a shark net, and that's like, well, you've put people's lives in danger.
Yeah, a bit of a dopey thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, to rescue a humpback whale calf that was trapped in netting. According to ABC Gold Coast, the man who goes by Django faced fines up to $26,690, which is about 10,000 quid or something. Shark netting is used to keep sharks from popular beaches in the area and prevent attacks. Django had gone
viral. Baby whale killed half a dozen people.
Well, I mean, yeah, swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
So nothing was lost or gained. He gone viral and is hailed as a hero after taking matters into his own hands and diving 9 meters or nearly 30 feet to cut through the net when he saw the baby humpback whale was trapped. The rescue was captured on video not showing on my one because of ad blocks. A fundraiser has started to help pay any possible fines the man would face, but that money is now set to be donated towards whale research. Oh, so it's to be donated to Japanese whaling boats then.
Yeah. They research whales, don't they?
Yeah, I'm sure the Japanese will write a nice letter to the Australians saying, "Yeah, we did."
That's the Japanese version of "It's Coming Right for Us," isn't it? I bet.
Yeah, I mean, the Japanese will write a nice letter to the Australians saying, "Oh, thank you for saving that whale. It tasted delicious. Our findings found it was yummy."
Very good.
Oh, here we go. Although Django did not face fines, he was served with 2 fisheries infringement notices, or FINs for short, for entering the exclusion zone around the shark control program equipment. Yeah, it was.
Is that the Australian government's idea of a joke? Is it?
Well, I mean, I looked at all the initials and thought, well, yeah, that stands for fin, doesn't it? Yeah. He's got a fin, a fisheries infringement notice. So, according to the Guardian, the rescuer described the experience and said he took action with the Guardian without thinking about the fine. So, in his words, I saw the whale and I thought, that's pretty cool, my eckie. He told reporters. Then I saw he was in the net and thought, oh, Struth,
I saw the little bugger
cool.
stuck in a net and I just had to do something, mate.
Oh, I just channeled the spirit of Ned Kelly and said, such is life, and swam down.
I unleashed me inner Steve Irwin, mate. Avoided the stingrays this time. I know they're really dangerous.
I jammed my thumb right up his bumhole and he swam away. So,
and I stung my thumb up his ass.
Before he learned he would not pay fines, the man had said, yeah, I'm in trouble. I wasn't going there to see whales. It was an expensive day or whatever. You pay the price sometimes. Didn't think about that, but that's what the fine was, pay some dollary dues and such is life.
Yeah, mate. G'day, mate.
There we go. Yeah. Bonza, put another shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah, has anybody kept up with the Cummings story? Gabe, you're up on the Cummings story, aren't you?
I suppose I've been following. I watched a lot of the press briefing yesterday. I've actually just been checking some stories out whilst you've just been talking there. So maybe what we were talking about a little bit earlier on, not on the air, about checking in different sites. I had a little scroll through what was popular on Reddit because I like to put myself through a lot of pain. And the leading story there is that Boris Johnson's approval rating has dropped by 20 points. This is an article on the Metro by Lucy Middleton. Now, I then went and checked this, and I went on what I'd say is a trusted source, which is Britain Elects. No, it's dropped by 2 points in terms of voting intention.
What does points mean? Is that percentage or what?
Yeah.
Well, what it is,
I think you're talking some yankers slipped into your vote.
Yeah, I think a little bit. Percentage, anyway. That's the thing. Its approval rating is dropped by 20 points, and obviously by 20. Well, this is the thing. It's confused because when I actually looked into it, he's gone down by about 2% in terms of Westminster voting intention. The actual article is on the Metro by Lucy Middleton. Check her Twitter out as you do. So her bio says interested in mental health, equality, LGBTQ human rights. So that we got everything we need to know about the author there. And then when I actually checked it, it's related to approval rating of the government through a place, a data site called Savanta, which I'd not actually heard of before. And I've looked into that. And yeah, they've taken a drop from a 14% approval rating to apparently a -2, which I don't quite understand what their point system is if you can go down to a -2 approval rating. So that sounds like it's made up over this.
Is that two people demand their votes back? Is that what?
I think so. Yeah, basically, I think what it is really is that they're going to bring in, about six to 12 million people in to say we actually additionally do not like the government. But I stand by the same thing I've stood by the whole way through. It's party politics. You can literally clear cut see who doesn't like Cummings versus who supports him by party lines. It's
well, I don't know
political,
whether you know, but there's
actually
a Labour minister who did exactly the same thing to zero fanfare whatsoever.
Exactly, and there was an SNP minister who drove during coronavirus with no license at all, and he was only fined £300. So all of these people are guilty, really. But to be honest, it falls down to what do you believe on the actual advice that was given by the government. At the end of the day, a lot of it's common sense.
He hasn't broken a law.
Yeah, it's advisory, and most of it's common sense anyway. Yeah. And your common sense is if both you and your wife are potentially ill to the point of your boss has just been put into intensive care because he's ill, maybe we should be near family to look after my kids who are 230 miles away rather than leave them to potentially be put in the care system in London. I know what I'd do.
Yeah, exactly.
But all these people criticise him, especially journalists. The greatest achievement they've had in life is the fact that they own a cat. They don't have kids. They're not married. They're single and in London, or they're these weird LGBTQ plus people. And at the end of the day, half of it just don't pay attention. The only people that the story is whipping up is the people who don't like Dominic Cummings anyway.
The plus is a politically correct way of saying paedophile.
I was going to say, mate, I was hoping this story did take light, because then we could someone could try and widen it out into a larger point about getting rid of this stupid lockdown.
I mean, I was hoping that people would use this to go after the press for how awful they've been through the entire
apparently,
way through.
Is it scum?
This crisis.
What's the hashtag? Scum media, is it? Has been trending.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen that actually.
I've seen it.
I've seen free bricks for journalists trending. I'm not sure what that's about.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
They're encouraging journalists.
I said to David Lammy, this is each word on a different line with a space in between as well. The COVID rules are advisory. You should know this if you stopped eating Jaffa cakes costing the taxpayer thousands a year.
I mean, I can get
we
did
that
Jaffa cakes.
Do you remember we did that one?
But
David Lammy's Jaffa cakes.
That's the thing. I just bought some Jaffa. I'd have to look at my receipt, but I think I don't pay more than 50p for a packet of Jaffa cakes. How many Jaffa cakes is that fat bastard eating? I mean, is it like?
Do you know David Lammy's Jaffa cake bill, Gabe?
Whilst he looks up that, yeah. I mean, my staple food is potato or bread, but David Lammy's must be Jaffa cakes. I mean, thousands of pounds worth of Jaffa cakes. What does that even look like? How many Jaffa cakes can you get for thousands of pounds?
Well, no, our taxes exist so that we can feed Diane Abbott and David Lammy massive amounts of Jaffa cakes and biscuits. That's the only reason there's a government budget at all. Forget the offence.
I'll be devil's advocate for a second. Have you had the pineapple Jaffa cakes?
I have not, and maybe I should take it, and then I'll stop being so racist.
I like the lime ones they do at Halloween.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's my only point. Is they, once you tasted them, you think I'm going to throw down a couple grand on these. Let's invest.
I mean, you've just mentioned lime Jaffa cakes, and you remind me of my favourite marmalade. Have you seen Is it Rouse's lime marmalade? It's this luminous green stuff. It's a jelly and not bitter at all. Oh, I want some of that.
I've seen that, and I've been meaning to try it for a long time. I will take your personal recommendation on that to give a try, a bit of lime marmalade.
Butter some crumpets and have the lime marmalade.
The only place I've ever seen it is in Dorset, but do you know you can get lime curd?
Ooh. Yeah, I've had some. Yeah, it's fucking delicious.
Lemon and lime curd is fantastic.
Okay.
Every year for Christmas, I make a massive orange trifle, and we always use clementine curd for that.
Yeah, I like clementines. They're a bit more. I like quite a zingy clementine.
Mm.
But have you seen
Oh,
now
my
they've got
darling.
Bobby's posted out in front of
Oh, my
Cummings' house?
darling.
Yeah,
oh, my
yeah,
darling Clementine.
I mean, imagine the hypocrisy it takes to gather in a crowd like a bunch of fucking ducks trying to rape a female duck, and then moaning at somebody about not correctly social
What did-
distancing. The irony of it.
Where the fuck
Funny you mention ducks.
Where does all this duck talk come from?
Well,
Everyone keeps talking
Bruce,
about
yeah, Bruce and I were talking about ducks the other day because I was saying I was watching tits on TV for about 3 hours. They've all fled the nest, by the way. They're all gone now.
What's this?
Don't know.
What?
Tits.
Oh, we've got tit cam in a bird nest, and there were some blue tits there. And
Was
it wasn't
cold?
today. It was. Yeah, well, it was yesterday. They all flew the nest. They're all gone.
Okay.
I know we're talking about things of more import, like ending the lockdown, like they've done in Japan and like they've never had in the Netherlands or Sweden. But I'm looking at this story of policeman kicked out the force after stealing 7 fry-ups.
Oh yeah, I haven't read this one. I saw that one. Have you read it, Hobbit?
No, I haven't. I mean, I'm just reading the subtext, and it says the ex-officer later claimed he took the food to build rapport with colleagues. He took meals at a training centre near Reading, despite knowing he wasn't allowed them.
It's not me.
Well, surely it should be. Oh, I was just building up rapport with the lads, going like, "Look, here's me eating a caught bangers to rights. Oh, how droll! The Daily Mail are attempting humour. Policeman is kicked out of the force for life after stealing 7 fry-up breakfasts from the force canteen in his first week on the job.
Can you imagine Mr.
right.
Mr. Ooga Booga if he Mr. Ung Dogo if he nicked 7 breakfasts? Think he'd be sacked forever?
No, not at all. He'd be given an accommodation. It'd be like, "Oh, do you want something to take with you? Do you want some KFC?" And he says, "Oh, officers at the facility near Reading get free meals if they live 20 miles away." And another officer heard PC Lahman say, "I'm not entitled to this, but I should be." Blah 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 blah. He is now banned from ever applying for a job in any police force in Britain again. Seems a bit harsh.
Well, if he lives just outside the boundary, then he is entitled to it.
At the end of the day, also, why are police officers living more than 20 miles away from like where they police? I mean, or am I just confusing sort of county-wide policing?
I don't know. It is quite a good idea to live 20 miles away from where you police, isn't it? You don't really want to be down the local Asda and getting fucking glassed or knifed or something because some scrote you've put away.
Is that why all of the shooting videos in the world come from off-duty police officers in Brazil because they live 5 minutes from where they're on the beat?
Yeah. The thing is that I've noticed it in the fine print there. If he lives just outside the boundary, then he's been sacked at this wrongful dismissal, isn't it? Or is it just?
Here we go.
Or it's just poor journalism, where he means just inside.
Here it is from the pencil pusher in chief. To compound this, there is evidence he behaved similarly as a PCSO. He was fully aware of the force rules, and he was therefore not entitled to the free food. It was not a mistake, as he suggests. It was willful and dishonest. He has no place in Thames Valley Police. If he was still serving, I would have dismissed him without notice. He will be placed on the COP, College of Policing, barred list. No.
I bet that's really one fucking list that they do rigorously enforce, isn't it?
I feel so glad justice has been done. I mean, God, I can sleep safer at night knowing that this vicious thief who'd been stealing breakfasts from his place of work will no longer be terrorising the streets at night.
Have you seen Coleman's mustard factory in Norwich is closing after 160 years, Hobbit?
Oh, that's...
Is it really?
Sad.
Yeah, I read the story though. It's not closing forever. They're just going to bigger premises, I think.
Oh God, thank Christ. I was going to say for a second, then they're focusing on this Cummings debacle because the real story is always not the one that's in the headline.
Yeah.
Too right, fella.
I mean, this is the thing. All the time, people are focused on one story after another. I mean, I think it's very funny how the journalists are focusing on this one guy who, frankly, I hope does start offering them free bricks so that they can start their bricklaying courses. You just got to ask yourself, well, what news isn't being covered now that all these shitbags are? Did you see that thing where they had a trader outside his house with like a televisor screen, like in 1984, showing Boris Johnson's face on it? I didn't listen to what Boris Johnson was saying on it, but they were sort of saying like, "Oh, look, you're being a hypocrite," whilst they're all huddled together, breathing in each other's sweat and what have you.
Yeah.
And people have come now from miles around to shout at his house.
Don't you think it's a bit weird that Unilever own a mustard company? What the fuck do Unilever know about making mustard?
Oh, Unilever are major food brands. They own like loads of food.
Yeah, but they also
have you seen that diagram? Which soap?
Yeah. I think so.
Toothpaste and soap and things like that. Yeah, you look into like there's like 5 major brands which own like most of the world's food, and then
I've got
just.
I think I've got the one here. They own Ben and Jerry, Bovril, Coleman's, Cornetto, Hellman, Magnum's, Marmite, Pot Noodle. They also own Lipton's iced tea and PG Tips, Comfort Domestos, Dove, Lynx, Persil, Radox Shore Surf, and Vaseline. So
I'm surprised about Cornetto though. I thought that was Nestle for some reason.
Yeah,
no, they have their off-brand ones, don't they?
The what ones?
Nestle have like their own version that's kind of a bit like an off-brand Cornetto.
Yeah, I mean Cornetto is like the major
Nestle
one.
used to do the Cornetto, didn't they?
You know what? I'm going to have to do some investigative journalism now. I'm going to be quiet for a bit whilst I find the history of the Cornetto.
These are the real stories. But yeah, that is like taking that is really taking like the extra step of like when you realise that all of these companies are owned by like 4 or 5 companies around the world. Like everything is like owned by like 5 different companies.
Yeah. Has anyone seen this story about the Muslim Council of Britain says that banning halal slaughter would mean Muslims would leave Britain?
Oh no, that sucks.
Oh no.
Shit, I didn't realise it was that easy.
Yeah.
Mark Collett going on about the Jews, and we just have to ban fucking halal, mate.
Yeah. I've often thought that that's what we need to start. We need to start doing practical stuff instead of like going straight for the 4B2s. We need to get rid of the henchmen first.
Guys, I think it's a bit too discriminatory to ban halal food. Let's just have a ban on all ritual slaughter, and that way we don't have to specifically name which ones can't do it anymore.
Does Palestinian Concern not feel a bit of a hypocrite? The fact that him and his mates go off on this fucking show about Muslims while he's simping for fucking Muslims. Does he not see the hypocrisy there?
Yeah, and they're the type of Arabs that hate us as well, the British. Is fuck's sake.
No, you can solve a lot of things. I mean, just to ban ritual slaughter of animals and ban circumcision, because that'll piss off like everyone, apart from just normal English people.
Oh, did you see they tried to do that in both Iceland and Denmark? I'm not sure if they're 2 separate sovereignties, but they are.
They're linked.
It's Greenland, which is but they tried to ban it, and then at 11th hour, the Danish Rabbinical Council said no. So they're like, oh, okay, well, we all voted for this, but you said no, so we're just going to carry on with it then. And I hear that there's talk now, for some reason, that not Italy, I keep thinking Italy, Iceland will not survive without immigrants from, Somalia or somewhere?
Oh, Vikings.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to do I found a pub quiz. I do actually have a bit.
I found out the cornetto is Italian. It was first introduced in 1959, but I can't find who was responsible for it prior to Unilever. It's been memory hold.
I think the Jews owned it. Does anyone want to do a pub quiz? Just to lighten things up a bit.
Yeah.
Right, let's.
Yeah.
Right, so let's see what you lads know. Which two of Henry VIII's wives were executed?
The second and the fourth.
What were the names, though?
Names.
Catherine of Aragon. That's the only two I know the names of.
Oh, close, Hobbit.
It's the 2 and 5th one, isn't it?
Catherine Parr?
No.
And Anne Boleyn.
No, it's Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, he had like 3 Catherines there, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, I know it's the second and the fourth that died.
Oh, he has a soft spot for any woman with a name.
No, wait, the second and the fifth, actually.
Yeah, 2nd and 5th one.
I think he had a I think he had a soft
dead, killed, died, dead, killed, survived. I think it was.
Dead, killed, survived. Right then, Vietnam.
Yeah, my mom taught me this.
Vietnam claimed independence from which country in 1945?
France.
France, yeah. French Indochina.
That's correct. How many children did Queen Victoria have?
Too many.
11.
12.
6.
Anyone?
3.
I don't know.
3.
9.
Nah.
She should be an inspiration to us all.
This is one to piss off the PA tards. The German attack on which country caused Britain to enter the Second World War?
Poland.
Italy.
Poland.
What's the first name of the doctor who invented the Heimlich manoeuvre?
Heimlich?
Cunt.
Well, I would say Heimlich. I mean, if it's called a Heimlich maneuver, you'd think that the guy would be named Heimlich, right?
No, what's his first name? We know his surname's Heimlich. What's his first name?
Hans.
Oh, that's fucking cheating.
Henry.
Fritz.
Henry.
Was it?
Which American battle is sometimes referred to as Custer's Last Stand?
Alamo.
Little Bighorn.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Which year was the Gunpowder Plot?
Fuck,
I don't know that, actually.
1665?
No, too... Lower, Hobbit, lower.
1580?
Higher, Hobbit, higher, Hobbit.
1602.
Hobbit, you get nothing in this game, not for 2 to bed. It's 1605. Which Scottish monarch...
Do we get the cuddly toy?
No, because you've got 19 questions. Which Scottish monarch was convicted of treason and was beheaded at Fotheringay Castle in Northamptonshire on the 8th of February, 1587?
Mary, I think was her name.
Yeah.
Mary, I think was her name. Hey, I'm Romanian and I know this.
How was New York known prior to 1664?
Old York.
Harlem.
It was in Old New York. Then they modernized it and then they called it New York.
Who was the first leader of the Soviet Union?
Vladimir Lenin.
Hemi, what was the answer to New York?
New Amsterdam.
Ah, there we go.
Saw a black downy at the shop the other day. Did I mention this?
No, I want to hear
more. An Indian. It could have been a Bangladeshi. It looked like an Indian black person, and it clearly had downs. But oddly enough, an ear piercing, a stud. And he sort of looked at me, like mouth agape, beholding my Aryan splendor.
I think it's an inspiration to us all how many consanguineous relationships the ethnics have, and show that even if you do have a child with your cousin brother, sometimes they can live.
Do you remember that Alan Partridge Farmers skit where he's like, It's like, and then you go out with your brother, who's also your wife. It's just
Right, so the first leader of the Soviet Union was Vladimir Lenin, boys and girls.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Right, this is like a
Yeah,
pub
I
quiz.
I
So
saw
for
it, but
this
in the
round-
same shop. For
this
Is it
round,
the
for
same
this
shop?
round-
on the
For
same
this-
day.
For this round, you name the country, and those playing have to name the capital city. So I give you the country, you give me the capital city. China.
Beijing.
Peking.
Beijing. Canada.
Yeah, it's Peking.
Ottawa.
Oh,
Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Yeah. Brazil.
What are the rules?
Rio
Rio
de
de
Janeiro.
Janeiro.
He names a country and we
No,
say the
that's the
capital.
common
Oh, actually,
one to
isn't
get
is it
wrong.
not? No, that's the largest one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, fuck.
Hemi, we've been over this. Brasilia is Rio de Janeiro and Peking is Beijing.
Brasilia, anyway. Poland.
Warsaw.
Warsaw.
Ethiopia.
Warsaw.
Oh,
Addis Ababa.
I'm supposed to know that.
Addis Ababa.
Niger.
Pakistan.
Yeah, it's called.
Islamabad.
London.
Switzerland.
Zurich.
Yeah.
No.
It's not, no, it's not Zurich. It's
Where's the Satan?
What, Geneva?
Where's Satan being brought to the earth?
Geneva.
it's
Wait, what was the place?
Bern.
Where
Oh,
they
Did
make
I
the
say? I thought I said. Did I say burn?
I didn't hear you say it if you did.
Cern, mate. But
Nigeria.
oh,
Why would I care?
Niger.
Bonga, bonga.
Abuja.
Nigeria is another
Abuja.
country.
It's
And
Abuja.
where do you?
Turkey.
Ankara.
Istanbul.
Ankara.
Estonia.
Tallinn.
Riga?
Fucking hell.
Tallinn.
Fucking hell. Call
Moscow.
yourself an Eastern European. You got beat by a man from Swindon. This round is all about quotes, so if I give you a quote, you got to say who said it. I'll finally get to see Marilyn.
Jesus.
Ronald Reagan.
Joe DiMaggio.
JFK.
Joe DiMaggio. If you go home with somebody and they have books, don't fuck them.
Phil
Richard
Mitchell.
Middleton.
Jade Goody.
John Waters. If you can't handle me at my worst, you sure as hell don't serve me at my best.
Hitler.
Every
Feminist.
Karen ever.
Fucking Amy Winehouse.
Any woman ever.
Marilyn
It's
Monroe.
Marilyn. Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe. I
Oh,
knew
she was a fucking druggie, wasn't she?
I knew what my job was. It was to go out and meet people and love them.
Jimmy Savile.
Adolf.
Marilyn Monroe.
Princess Diana.
Marilyn von Adolf.
No
It's
wonder
every
they
bit-
killed her.
It's every parent's dream to outlive their children.
Tony Blair.
David Cameron.
Homer Simpson.
Close.
Anxiety is the handmaiden of creativity.
Darling.
Marcolette.
Anagram of toilets.
Joe Winch.
Toilets.
T.S. Eliot.
Doyle.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's the great thing about Catholicism. It's so vague, and no one really knows what it's all about.
Keith
Nick
Woods.
Fuentes.
Keith Woods.
Father Ted.
Father Dougal.
Father Ted.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I got
my
close on that.
My
one,
mum
but
said
it's
to
the
me,
wrong
"You know,
one.
sweetheart, one day you should settle down and marry a rich man." She said, "Mom." I said, "Mom, I am a rich man."
Hugh Jackman.
Greta Garbo.
Greta Thunberg.
Freddie Mercury.
Share. Whoever is happy will make others happy too.
Tommy Wiseau.
She also
Stalin.
said.
I
where
did
the
not
fuck-
eat her.
She also said, "Where the fuck did I get this ballpoint pen from? They're not even been invented yet."
Hank.
That's very Frank.
Basement dweller.
I'm
Attic
gay.
dweller.
I'm gay. I'm broke as shit. How about that one?
Grinder
Keyboards.
Greg.
Obama.
Carl Benjamin.
Unwashed.
Unwashed.
Well, that actually does sound like Freddie Mercury.
Joe Exotic from Tiger King.
Oh wow! Yes.
Right. So I give you some facts. You've got to guess the year.
Okay.
Fleetwood Mac's album Rumours was released. Red Rum won the Grand National for the 3rd time, and Queen Elizabeth II celebrated her Silver Jubilee.
1971.
Nope.
1972.
Nope.
1980.
1977.
2002.
1977.
Well, there we go.
China was established. The Titanic hit an iceberg, and Arizona became the 48th US
1912.
state. Yeah.
19.
China was only established in 1912.
The modern
The
version.
Republic
I
of
think.
China.
I thought it was
1912?
1945.
England crashed out of the World Cup, losing to Germany on penalties. Madonna released Vogue, and Nelson Mandela was freed after 27 years in prison for doing nothing.
1939.
2008.
No, it's
1990.
1986. Right?
1994.
Wrong World Cup. 1990.
Oh, fuck.
Why don't I know that? Fuck.
Jesus Christ, I'm so rubbish at this.
Right. West Germany joined NATO. Anthony Eden became Prime Minister, and James Dean died in a car accident.
1951.
1999.
Oh, we did James Dean.
Yeah.
When was that?
1955.
Let's get back to Germany. Fuck these ones.
Prince Andrew and Fergie got married. Nintendo released the video game The Legend of Zelda, and Living Doll by Cliff Richard and the Young Ones was UK #1 for 3 weeks.
1992.
Prince Andrew, wasn't that the... Well,
1986. 86, close.
Oh, I thought Zelda was. I thought I was getting close there, but all right.
Oh, this one. You might get this one. Will Young won Pop Idol. Kelly Clarkson won American Idol. Myra Hindley died age 60, and Star Wars movie Attack of the Clones was released.
2003.
Oh, close.
2002.
2005.
2002.
Yay! I got it right.
Take that, Splitter. Prince Charles and Diana divorced, and singer Eva Cassidy died of cancer.
1998.
1998, yeah.
96.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, I should know that. That's when I was born.
Conchita Wurst won Eurovision for Austria. Scotland held an independence referendum and voted no, and Philip Seymour Hoffman passed away.
Jesus.
2015.
2008.
1 year out. 2014.
It's 2014.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Mahatma Gandhi was.
I just remember, like.
Go on then. What are you going to say?
No, it's all right.
Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated in India. Israel was declared an independent state, and Ozzy Osbourne was born.
47.
1948.
48. Hobbit's got that one.
Oh.
Fucking hell, he's that old.
I don't know who the fuck this is. Sylvia Plath killed herself in London. The Beatles released their first album, Please Please Me, and JFK gave his Ich bin ein Berliner speech in West Berlin.
1971.
59.
1965.
63.
I'll skip these shit ones. Fuck
that. That's the last one of those. We're doing. Oh, you've got to complete the lyrics. Complete the lyrics now. I have absolutely no faith in you lot whatsoever.
Baby.
So you know I'm a lyrical genius.
He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious?
They were in
They
love.
had sex and got married.
Haven't you heard?
Was it something about she was a skater boy? He said, "See you later, boy."
Yeah.
He was a punk. He was a punk. She did ballet. What more can I say?
Never gonna give you up.
Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired of trying to fill that void? I can't imagine getting any of these.
No.
Enough about my willy, more about my bum.
Or do you need
willy,
more?
Willy, willy,
Ain't
bum,
it
bum,
keeping
bum.
so hardcore?
I'm a believer.
How about I hear the
Gosh, I'm
drums
so
echoing
rubbish at
tonight?
music.
Skip.
We're gonna skip this round.
My bum was hungry, so I got plums.
How about, and it seems to
Cringe.
me you lived your life like a candle in the wind.
Gay.
Lady Diana died.
Gay.
3
And
lives
now
on
I
ship.
cash in on her death.
Right. Oh, celebrity picture round. Can't do that.
You could
okay,
describe the pictures.
Oh,
Chris.
it's sports. Sports now, boys. Which year,
Ah,
which year did
okay.
Maradona score his hand of God goal?
1982.
Wrong World Cup again.
86.
86. What is the name of the Barcelona football stadium?
I know, FC Spick. I have no fucking clue.
Camp Nou.
Shack.
The cucaracha.
Who was the cheating bastard Yank champion of the Tour de France from 1999 to 2005?
Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
How did you possibly get that one? Which football team... here you go, Ian. Now you might get this one. Which football team were known as the Biscuit Men up until the 1980s?
I know, Bolton.
It's not far from you. It's not that far from you.
Oh, is it Birmingham?
No.
Is it Blackburn?
Reading.
Is it Bristol City Rovers?
Reading.
Oh, ready.
How many times has Schumacher been Formula 1 champion?
13.
Too many.
No. 11.
8.
9.
7.
8.
What's the highest points total in a season ever achieved by a team in the English Premier League?
Pass.
90.
100.
180.
Who was
100.
it?
Yeah. I don't know who it was. didn't
Arsenal.
say. Which American city is home to the following sports teams? Rockets, Astros, Texans, and Dynamo.
Say that again.
Niger.
Royal Leamington Spa.
Houston, Texas.
Houston.
In 1950, India withdrew from the World Cup because FIFA refused to let them do what? God, like,
Shit
God, let's
on
do some
the
funny
pitch.
ones.
Shit in the street.
Well, turban.
Open goal for you.
Burn the Pakistan flag.
Play barefoot.
Superpower.
No, is that true?
Yeah.
Superpower by 2020.
Oh, they're a
Shit in the street.
superpower now. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a pooper power.
The pooper power. In athletics, what's the last event in the decathlon?
Running.
Run.
The sprint.
1500.
Wow.
I'll give you that.
The stagger. Yeah.
Which athletics event did Jess Ennis-Hill win gold at London 2012?
The
Decathlon.
pentathlon.
That's it.
Pentathlon. Yeah.
Your mum.
There's no point me doing another lyrics round, is there?
Nah.
Go on.
It might be fun.
Okay, then. You know I'm just a fool who's willing to sit round and wait for you.
But enough about my willy, more about my bum.
My bum. I've got a little willy. I put it in my bum. Me and my bum have so much fun.
For my
How about this
bumhole.
one then? I can sing this one. There's a world outside your window, and it's a world
Oh,
of
gosh,
dread and
that's
fear.
horrible.
Do you know that one?
There's a world outside your willy.
Where the only water flowing's the
Reject
bursting
modernity,
tears.
embrace tradition. Yeah.
There's a world outside your willy.
I bet you lot will get this one. Scoop, Muck and Dizzy and Rolly too. Lofty and Wendy join the crew.
3 lines on
I'm
Bob
that.
not
and the
gonna
gang
repeat that.
will have so much fun
Can we
working
fix it?
together.
Playing
and they'll get the job done.
Yeah.
Oh.
How about this one then? Because I know you lot have never read any books, so let's do a book round just for a laugh. Holden Caulfield, an icon for a teenage angst and rebellion, is a fictional character in which American literary classic?
Oh, it's
What?
Catcher in the Rye, isn't it?
Catching the Rye, yeah.
Which author's breakthrough book was described by Salman Rushdie as a book so bad it makes bad books look good?
Harry Potter.
Fall of Western Man.
Stephen King.
Dan Brown. What do the 2 initials stand for in C.S. Lewis?
Michael Carrick's behind the line.
Oh, is it Callum? Callum's
Ch-
something.
No, it's Clive
Charles
Staples.
Sylvester. Oh, okay.
The title of which D.H. Lawrence book is also a meteorological phenomenon?
Repeat the first bit.
The title of
Dictionary.
which D.H. Lawrence book?
The Tempest.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I'm being distracted by. I'm seeing this picture here of homemade cheesy chips with tinned burgers. Did you know you could get burgers in a can?
Oh,
No, I didn't.
About that.
You know you can get German bread in a tin.
Have you ever seen those whole chickens in a can? That looks vile. That shit does.
Oh, it is. It is vile.
You ever
Not
seen
even
that
cats
video of
will
the
eat
fat
it.
man eating one?
How old was Adrian? How old was Adrian Mole?
13
Oh,
and 3
13.
quarters.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cappy's read it. That is actually
Yeah.
a pretty based book when he's moaning about his mum
Oh,
being
yeah.
a
I
like
lesbian.
I couldn't get
Do you know
into
what
it.
my favourite part of Adrian Mole is? Right, when he says, Dad, 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 the Argentinians have just invaded the Falklands. He seemed pretty angry and then calmed down when he realised they weren't off the north coast of Scotland. That's my favourite fucking part of that. That is my favourite part of the Adrian Mole book.
My favourite
Nice.
part. Do you remember when he's talked about being locked out of the car and the dog was strangling itself on his lead? That was quite funny.
I remember one where
Couldn't
he
get
was
into
being
it.
bothered by like someone knocking on the door. Joe's witnesses are saying, and it's like, I was busy measuring my willy at the time. It's 18.5 centimeters.
That is an absolute classic. That book. It's hilarious. In which
Sue Townsend, wasn't it?
yeah,
He
in
wrote
which
it.
It's been a
Dickens
long
novel
time
does
since I read it.
in which Dickens novel does Mr. Micawber appear?
Bleak
Diction.
House.
Tailor to Cities.
No,
Great Expectations.
David Copperfield.
You
well.
bastard! I had that.
What was Mary Ann Evans' pen name?
Was it? Is it Jane Austen?
No,
Bram Stoker,
Nope.
Stone Cold Jane Austen.
George Eliot.
Shakespeare.
George Eliot.
Georgette Heyer. No, fuck
George Eliot. What's the longest of Shakespeare's plays?
Much
Is
ado
it
about nothing.
Night?
Lear.
No,
it's
no,
Hamlet.
it's
Got it. Ian A got that one.
Hamlet.
Aldous Huxley's book, Brave New World, was banned in which country? It's a country we
Germany.
normally give a lot of shit to. No, the other one.
Germany.
Germany.
Sweden.
China.
Ireland.
Italy.
Ireland banned Brave
Ireland.
New
Why
World.
Ireland?
You said a little bit
Oh,
shit,
it's
mate.
the eternal Irish again.
Yeah.
Fuck it, Sojo. Someone tell Sojo quickly. Let's get a meme page up about it.
Oh, God. Here you go. Here's a nice, easy one for you. At which railway station does one board the Hogwarts Express?
King's
Charing Cross.
Oh no.
Close.
50 Shades of Grey.
King's Cross.
King's Cross.
Are you ready for a movie round now? This round, much like the other, which American actor starred alongside Kim Basinger in 9.5 Weeks?
Oh, no.
In
Daniel
9.5 what?
Weeks.
9.5 Weeks. I'm surprised you haven't seen it, Garrett. It's basically soft porn.
It broke up. Repeat it.
Which American actor starred along Kim Basinger in 9.5 Weeks?
Was it Tom Cruise? No. Sorry, I'm thinking Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke. I'll put you out of your misery. I Saw the Light was a 2016 biopic of which country music legend?
What, sorry?
Dolly Parton.
I Saw
Neil
the Light,
Diamond, no.
2016 biopic of which country music legend?
Oh,
Kenny
it's
Loggins.
not Walk the Line.
Kenny Loggins.
Hank Williams.
Oh,
No.
Who's Donald Sutherland's actor son?
Kiefer
Kiefer
Sutherland.
Sutherland.
Mr. Sutherland.
Is it Keith Sutherland?
It is. It is, Captain. Well done. You're the first person to get
Thank you. I appreciate that. Do I have a good boy pat on the head?
Yeah. Which child actress played Susan Walker in the 1994 film version of Miracle on 34th Street, Matilda in the 1996 version of Roald Dahl's book of the same name, and Natalie Hillard in Mrs. Doubtfire?
She now writes a blog.
Does she?
That nobody reads. Nobody reads it, and was it Mize? Is he called Mize?
I disliked all of those films, so don't know.
Mara Wilson.
Is she called Mize? Laura.
Can any of you name 3 people who have played Spider-Man in live-action films?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's that one. Andrew Garfield.
Toby.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire. And who's the recent one?
Mickey Rourke.
Tom Holland.
Yeah, that's correct.
There we are. We've all done it.
You also forgot Nicholas Hammond from the cheesy fucking 80s Spider-Man, if anyone's ever watched that.
Oh.
Ron Perlman.
It's all about the Spider-Man cartoon. That was brilliant.
Peter Rock.
What is the name of the little dragon in the animated movie Mulan?
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, Wuhan, isn't it? Is it Wuhan?
No, Mulan.
Wuhan.
No, the dragon's called like what?
Mushu.
Willy?
Mushu. How many Oscars did Titanic win?
4.
7.
Too many.
11. Who played Mrs. Robinson in The Graduate?
Tommy Robinson in The Graduate.
Stephen Yaxley Lennon, mate.
And Bancroft. In The Matrix, does Neo take the blue pill or the red pill?
Red
pill. Blue pill.
Black pill. They're making a new one. Can't wait.
He says pills are for gays.
Which pop vocal group performs at the wedding in Bridesmaids? I don't think anyone's watched that.
No.
Anna Kendrick is tits.
Oh, we're doing a food round now. Cappy should know this one. Name the Greek dip that features yogurt, mint, and cucumber.
Tatsiki, Mr. Tatsiki.
Which type of pasta's name means little worms?
Vermicelli.
That's it.
Spaghetti.
What's the best-selling flavour of Haagen-Dazs ice cream?
Cookies and cream.
Is it vanilla?
It is vanilla.
Strawberry.
Cookie dough.
Oh, I knew people were boring bastards.
Yeah. What does CAMRA stand for?
Campaign for Real Ale.
Yep. In the UK, we refer to them as...
I'll donate my points to Gabe on that one because he deserves it.
In the UK, we refer to them as baked beans, but what type of bean are they?
Haricot Blanc.
Haricot, yeah.
Hare Krishna.
In Italy, what's a mortadella?
Cheese.
Or
what did you say? What'd you say, Gabe?
Cheese.
Not cheese.
I said a whore.
Cheese.
Mortadella. No, it's food. It's a food round, Gabe.
Is it
that's either bread or like salami.
Well, which one are you going for?
Let's go bread.
Sausage.
Ah, fuck's sake.
Hey.
Which bovine body part would you make Rocky Mountain oysters?
Testicles.
Is it tongue?
Testicles.
I'm hoping
it's the testicles, Cappy.
Testicles.
I didn't want it to be testicles.
You either love it or hate it, but what is Marmite made of?
Fun bags.
Vegetable extract.
Yeasty ballsack.
Yeast infection.
Why have cotton when you can have silk was used to advertise which chocolate bar?
Galaxy.
In which country is the winemaking region of Yarra Valley?
Niger.
America.
California.
Ukraine.
Spain.
Oh no, is it Australia?
Yes, it is, Gabe.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think
I'm going to give you this shitty child's names. You've got to guess what the celebrity parents are. Apple and Moses.
Bob Geldof. Bob
Apple.
Geldof?
No. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Beyonce.
Right.
I don't know any celebrities.
Angel Iris.
Bob Geldof.
Eddie Murphy and Eddie Murphy and Melanie Brown.
Barack Obama.
Eddie Murphy and Melanie Brown. Just remember, he shagged Mel B. He fucked her.
It's easy for you to say.
Eddie Murphy fucked
Eddie
Mel
Murphy?
Brown.
Eddie Murphy did the Hunker Chunker with Scary
He
Spice.
fucked a growler.
Did he finger a Hemingford? Did he finger a Hemingford?
Yeah, did he finger her? So,
Did he finger her?
I think he might have done a bit more than that. Sorry.
What do you mean?
Sorry. Well, you had a baby with us, so I think you did a bit more than finger her. That's Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. How about
What are you talking about?
How about this nice little family? Poppy Honey Rosie, Daisy Boo Pamela, Petal Blossom Rainbow, Buddy Bear Morris, and River Rocket Blue Dallas.
Is it Honeysuckle Weeks by any chance?
No, it's worse than that.
Oh, Christ.
Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen.
No.
Jared Taylor.
Joe Wins.
Is it Alan Titchmarsh?
It's on the packet of his sausages it says prick with a fork.
Anthony Warren Thompson.
Jamie and Jules Oliver.
Oh.
Honey Kinney, Betty Kitten, and Harvey Kirby.
Harvey Weinstein.
Jonathan Ross and Jane Goldman.
Yeah.
To be fair, would smash Jane Goldman. I don't care. Don't at me.
Moving on. Moving swiftly on.
Stormy.
Stormzy.
That's Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott.
Why is she famous? I actually don't know.
Her dad's a tranny.
Because her sister was in a fucking sex porn video.
Oh, all right. I was forget.
Chester Marlon or Truman Theodore.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Even I don't know.
Willie Bum Bum.
Let's go for the easy ones. Amy, Kelly, and Jack.
Oh, Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Hey, well done.
Malia and Sasha.
Chris Rock.
Trump.
Yes, it is. No, Obama.
No, it's Obama. Oh,
Obama.
he said
Or the Obama Nation.
There's one that's flags, so I can't do that because I'd have to show you it. Oh, politics now. Which actor is Tony Blair's father-in-law?
Oh,
Lionel Blair.
Steve
John
Fry.
Blair.
Michael Sheen.
It's Tony Blue.
Martin
Tony Blue.
Sheen.
It was the useless layabout in what's that thing with Warren Mitchell in it? Till Death Do Us Part. It was his son-in-law.
Oh.
Son-in-law in Death Till Part.
That's his father-in. Wow,
Yes.
it's a strange world.
Yeah.
That was a 4x2 show, wasn't it?
Yeah. If an MP applies for the Chiltern Hundreds, what are they doing?
Tax expenses fiddling.
Something.
Are they going for
we'd
peerage?
like them all
is
to
it
do.
retiring?
Resigning, yeah. Who succeeded Neil Kinnock as leader of the Labour Party?
God.
It was. Oh, I know it was. 'Cause was it the one before Blair or was it Blair?
Yeah, it's the one before.
Is it Gordon
I'm
Brown?
going to say Tony Blair.
It's Gordon Brown.
No.
No.
Is it John Smith?
Yes.
Hey, nice one.
Who is the only woman ever to be elected as Speaker of the House of Commons?
Betty Boothroyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight in.
Yeah.
Which position
Straight
in the Conservative government did Theresa May hold prior to becoming Prime Minister?
Home
Home Secretary.
Yeah.
Home Secretary, yeah.
Since 2017, what parliamentary position has been held by Sarah Clark?
Tease made.
Prosy.
Black Rod. Who said? Was that you? Was that you, Skug? Said Black Rod.
Oh, I just fucking guessed.
Yeah, you got that one. Which politician once worked as a presenter on This Morning?
Philip Schofield.
I'll put it this way. She's had more parties than Kylie Jenner.
Anne Widdecombe.
Anna Soubry.
Oh dear.
Oh no, we've spoken about her before. Who is currently the youngest MP? Who is the youngest MP
Miriam
currently in
Blackwood.
Parliament?
Oh, it's
colloquially
that
known as
Scottish
baby.
bin, isn't
No,
it?
it's not. No, there's another one.
Oh, no, it's the other one. Is it that Brummy bin who's like mixed race?
Yes.
That one. Yes. What's her name?
Nadia Whitcomb. Is that the one you were thinking
That's,
of?
yeah.
Do you remember we said about
yeah,
a weird
no.
square head? Do you remember we just talking
Yeah,
about
that one. Yeah, her. What's she called? Yeah. I forget
That's
her name.
Yeah, Nadia,
but...
Nadia Whitcomb.
Right.
Oh, what do the following have in common? Eastleigh, Salisbury, Bexhill and Battle, South Thanet, Bromley and Chislehurst and Buckingham.
Were they all?
Were they all Nigel Farage seats that you ran?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, well done, Gabe. I thought it was something like that.
What colour are the seats in the House of Commons?
They're red.
Yeah, they're grey.
No, the red
grey,
Lords.
Carol.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
fucking grey.
They are to Kathy.
Yeah.
Fuck, I just realised who I asked that to. What colour would he say?
I thought they're red.
The green, red are in the Lords.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so see if you can guess these from TV shows. One of the biggest storylines in this show was Who Shot JR?
Dallas.
Yeah. Airing in the 90s, this comedy show showed the lives of Richard and Edward Elizabeth
Bottom.
Hitler. Yeah.
Bottom.
Oh, that's Bottom.
Bottom.
Yeah. At the venue this show is set in, everybody knows your name and they're always glad you came.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Chars.
Characters in this show include a dog called Eddie, a Mancunian carer called Daphne, and a character called Maris.
Frasier.
Yeah.
Frasier.
This Liverpool soap ran for 21 years, finishing in 2003.
Brookside.
The young ones.
Okay, yeah, it's Brookie. The main characters in this show lived in a building called Nelson Mandela House.
Oh, Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah.
And horses work. Da 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 da.
I always thought that was sung by Nick. Carry on.
The Carlton dance
I was going to
in
say
this show was. Why did you say go on and then talk over me?
I detected hesitation, so I thought you were going to be.
The cocked becomes the cucker.
The Carlton dance that debuted in this show recently ended in legal battle with Fortnite, which was later withdrawn after they included it in their game.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's it, yeah. This hard-hitting show saw actor Lee McDonald, who we did a story about the other week, playing a young boy with a heroin addiction and spawned the song Just Say No.
Grange Hill.
Grange
Hill, yeah.
It was Grange, you bastard.
Bottles of Bollinger, bottles of Stolichner, and cigarettes would have been the main props used in this show.
Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This show was where Anton Deck met for the first time.
Biker Groove.
Biker Groove. Jeff, man, what are you doing, man? How are you, man, Jeff, man?
Biker.
All right, then. Here we go.
Groove.
Hobbit specialist subject now: science and nature. ZR is the symbol for which chemical element?
Sorry, what's the bit? ZR.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's zinc, isn't it?
I thought it was
No, that's ZN.
No.
ZR.
Cyclone.
No, it's an element.
Fifth element.
ZR. I don't know. Tell me.
Zirconium.
Hang on, no. Oh, yeah.
What is it?
What type of creature is a barramundi?
No, wait. I want to know
Snake.
what. Well, the barramundi's a fish, but what was ZR?
Zirconium.
Oh, zirconium's an element. Okay. All right.
Vanilla is a member of which plant family?
Orchid.
That's correct.
Orchid.
How many ribs?
Orchid.
How many
Orchid.
ribs? How many ribs do humans
bastard.
have?
12.
14.
Oh, yeah, it's 24 in it.
24. What is
37.
What is the body part the axilla is also known as?
Fingers. No, armpit.
That's correct, Hobbit. Which geological era came first? Mesozoic, Paleozoic, or Cenozoic?
Paleozoic.
Correct.
Yeah.
What is a Portuguese man o' war?
It's a jellyfish.
Pigeon.
Or a Medusa.
What does an AP artist keep?
Come.
AP artist.
Bees.
Oh, you should know this, Garrot. It's a fucking level in The Witcher, you dickhead.
What?
AP artist.
Yeah, an AP artist.
Oh, apiarist. It's bees.
Yeah. Oh, is that a misspelling then? Because it says APIARTIST.
Can you read?
Yeah, that's an
apiarist.
apiary. Yeah.
Oh, is it a silent T?
I didn't know there was a T in.
Either there's a silent T or it's spelled wrong. I'm not sure which.
It's spelled wrong, yeah.
It's probably spelled wrong. How many humps does a dromedary camel have?
2.
1.
2.
1.
3.
Yes.
What's the male part of the flower called?
Penis.
The stoma.
The stamen.
The stamen.
Oh, okay.
Is my microphone working, by the way?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you're just ignoring me.
Yeah.
So, you got to dive in. This ain't polite. Right. So I'm going to tell you the art piece, and then you tell me who did it.
Base.
So everyone I've ever slept with.
Hitler.
Francis Bacon.
Tracy Emin. The Return of the Prodigal Son.
Anyone stepping on me will get burned.
Yeah. Rembrandt. The Kiss.
Van Gogh.
Gustav Klimt. Self-portrait with thorn necklace and hummingbird.
Oh.
She's a commie bitch.
I don't know that.
Fuck ugly.
Oh, Frida Kahlo.
Yeah, that's it. The Scream.
Edvard Munch.
Edvard Munch. A bigger splash.
Bigger splash. The fuck?
David.
Is it going to be like Damien Hirst? Or, okay.
Away from the Flock.
Away from the...
Do you want to say
John
that again,
Constable.
Cappy? What you just said.
Damien Hirst.
Girl with a pearl earring.
Oh, that's Vermeer.
Bob Ross.
Johann Vermeer. Ascension of polka dots on the trees.
Bob Ross.
Michelangelo.
Picasso.
Yayoi Kusama. Remembering.
I don't know him. What?
Remembering. This sounds like a joke name.
I'm
It's
not sure.
It's I wee wee. It's AIWEI. It's just like I wee wee.
I wee wee.
I wee wee.
I way.
Famous landmarks. So I'll tell you what. I ask you what a landmark is. And
I'm gonna have to go. I've actually got another pub quiz to do. I'll see you later.
See you later, mate.
All right. So
it looks like I can do the whole show on this fucking pub quiz. I thought it was only 19 questions. It's 19 rounds.
Bloody hell.
Right, so the Valley of the Kings.
Egypt.
That's in Egypt.
Whereabouts in Egypt? So you need the city.
The Nile Valley. Valley.
Luxor.
you're in denial.
Oh, okay.
St. Basil's Cathedral.
It's St.
Right.
Petersburg.
Okay.
No, it's Moskva.
Moscow.
Little Mermaid sculpture.
I don't know.
Copenhagen.
Denmark, correct. The Taj Mahal.
India.
High Street, Bradford. Agra.
I think I've got a Taj Mahal.
Bran Castle.
Scotland.
Our little friend should be piping up and getting this one. No, he's gone, has he?
Is it in Stoke?
Transylvania, Romania. I actually meant tactical droid.
Alright, he's not here.
Sagrada Familia.
Spain.
City.
Oh, Barcelona.
Yeah, correct. Stonehenge.
It's
Hobbit, over
near-
to you.
It's in Wiltshire, but it's not really any
For some reason,
town
for
or
some
place.
reason, it says Wiltshire, England. It doesn't say the local town. Mount Rushmore.
US.
Fuck, I don't
Oh,
know
it's
where it is.
Vermont. Vermont.
Pennsylvania.
New York.
Keystone, South Dakota.
Yeah.
Okay.
Table Mountain.
Close enough.
Table Mountain.
That's Australia. Or South Africa.
No, that's
I can't
Ayers
remember.
Rock.
Nevada.
This is is it in Africa? Somewhere.
South Africa, mate.
There
Cape
you go.
Town, South Africa. Golden
Cape
Gate Bridge.
Hey.
US. And it's
San
in-
Francisco. San Francisco.
So for this round, you have to answer each question as normal, and the final question tying them all together. Apparently. So
Okay.
what animal is the character from Toy Story franchise called Wheezy? I don't actually know this one.
Penguin.
Penguin. What is the book that Douglas Adams is most famous for?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah. Which sporting event first took place on the 29th of March 1981?
What event?
That's the question.
World
event?
Cup.
29th of March 1981.
Olympics?
Marathon,
Ooh.
London Marathon.
Oh,
What was the occupation of Fred Housego, who won Mastermind in 1980?
Confectionery. Chocolate.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Taxi driver.
Skuggy got that one.
What?
Which band's it? Yeah, it was Taxi Driver.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're dogging on me.
You talking to me? Which band sang the songs Under the Boardwalk, Saturday Night at the Movies, and Save the Last Dance for Me?
Right,
Bee
I'm not old,
Gees.
by the way.
What?
Just because
Bear Jazz.
No, it's Nick Nogg's Hobbit.
Oh.
Michael
Earth,
Jackson.
Wind and Fire.
Drifters. Which character from The Wizard of Oz was looking for courage?
The
Lion.
Tiger.
Lion. Which novel by Charles Nordoff and James Norman Hall featured Lieutenant William Bligh?
sounds familiar, but I don't know what it is.
Mutiny on the Bounty.
Ah, I don't know. I thought it was something.
I think I know what the last question's going to be now.
Do you?
Yeah, it's going to be about chocolate bars.
So what's the name of this? Name the film directed by Peter Weir that depicted three schoolgirls and their teacher mysteriously disappearing on Valentine's Day in 1900.
Baby Ruth. Snickers. Twix.
Picnic at Hanging Rock. What's the name of the song
No
that begins with the
thanks,
lyrics?
bro.
That begins with the lyrics. It's a god awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair.
Priscilla? No. What's her name?
Bowie.
Muriel's Wedding.
No song.
Oh.
David Bowie.
Sitting in the na. Is it David Bowie?
Yes, it's David. Life on Mars, for
Song
fuck's
name.
sake. So what is
That's
the
it.
connection
okay.
between all these answers, Hobbit?
They're chocolate bars, Mars, Bounty, Penguin, Twix, Snickers, Marathon.
Yeah.
Mars.
Did we all enjoy that? Did
Curly
the audience-
whirlies.
Have we got any audience left? Did the audience enjoy that?
No.
Oh, I'm the
audience just joins
audience.
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oddly enough, Sarah talks to us all day, then leaves when the show's on to comment.
Oh, Dino said, I hope you sang Willy Bum at the picnic go on.
Wow, I should have thought of that. I should have been
Titty
like, go
bum
on, it's
with the
been
silly
a
old
while.
bum.
It's been a while, love. You know, doesn't matter, we're in public. Let's go. We're doing this now.
It's a shame fucking it's a shame Donnie ain't in here, because I was gonna do the story menthol smokers tell us what they're gonna do now the cigarettes are banned. Did you know flavoured cigarettes are banned? Who
I did indeed.
Who here said they smoked?
I used to smoke.
Who here said they smoked?
Yeah,
menthol?
I used to smoke menthols. Me.
Yeah,
I don't smoke menthols, but it's a fucking travesty of justice and a huge infraction on our civil liberties. And whoever came up with it should be shot. End of comment.
Flogged
Yeah,
first.
my kid's gonna smoke now.
And besides, if you really want a menthol fag, go out and buy a fucking tube of Polos, put it in your mouth, and then smoke the fucking cigarette.
Yeah.
Well,
like.
Out of curiosity, can you get flavored filters, or can you just like drip your own essential oils onto the filter?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, I said there's ways and means of doing just about anything. You know, I said you might as well, but then again, the amount of people who are just buying duty free and just bulk buying smuggled.
Illegal drugs are less regulated than the official ones. I mean,
I feel like Hobbit needs to read this because basically people read out what they're gonna do. So I think we need some silly voices.
I flicked through the article and it's nothing that special though, is it, Craig?
No.
It's just everyone going like, "Oh, it's gonna be shit."
What's gonna be shit? I'll read the menthol smokers one. So what we got? Jess 26. Is that a man or a woman?
Jess. So she probably sounds like
Jess,
Laura because she's a smoker, don't she?
The ban won't stop me smoking. It just make me enjoy it less. I have to work harder to get the cigarettes I'm literally addicted to. I don't particularly understand how menthols make smoking seem attractive to young people. And surely if you're going to ban the type of cigarettes, you should ban them altogether. Although they probably won't do that, as they bring in so much tax money.
Menthols are actually banned in the UK. Why?
Yeah.
Flavored cigarettes.
Flavored ciggies.
Who was the person being like,
is this gonna... Does this mean like flavored tobacco?
25. I've actually given up
it's
smoking
flavoured.
since coming back home during lockdown, which is great. Since I can't actually smoke non-menthol cigarettes, so I would have been forced to give up. What a fucking fanny the George 25 is. What a puffer.
Sean 28.
That guy deserves punishment.
I'll probably
physical
try
punishment.
to smoke less because I can't smoke normal fags. I'll also try to book bar when I can in other countries. I don't get the ban. What difference does it make? If you go and smoke, you go and smoke. I remember when I was younger, anyone who smoked normal cigarettes. Wasn't until I was about 22 that I switched to menthols because they're smoother. But I'd already been a smoker for years.
Freddie, 21, absolutely a man. I smoke menthols and have just got a load of boxes of filters, but when they run out, we cry.
Mike, 28
this is Mathwaz from 28.
So, Mike,
46.
28 says... Mike says, Mike has only recently started smoking menthols, trying the cigarillos in recent weeks. I started smoking these cigarillos because they were cheap, and I thought it was exciting how they found this ridiculous loophole. My review of the cigars, dog shit. They smoked funny. They had a less reliable click than a lot of the other ones. I kept getting menthol when I didn't want it. I used my Juul quite a lot, but I've been smoking way more in the Quar. Quar. Can't tell if it's some appetite for death or boredom, though. I think they're a good alternative if you're looking for menthol, though, and they look kind of cool.
And now we've got Grant, 22.
Honestly, I've spent lockdown at me mum's where smoking is just not an option. So I've been vaping for the past 8 weeks. I know I should embrace this smoke-free moment for life, but I can't stop thinking about a delicious post-lockdown menthol.
Grant, what are you doing? You got to stop smoking those cigarettes, Grant.
After the ban, I'll probably try the menthol cigarillos.
Just grow off some fucking hair on your balls.
I've seen people talk about that. Finding it hard to imagine being in the smoking area and having someone ask me to tap a menthol cigarillo. Cigarillo.
Oh, but read the last bit. Read the last bit.
If they're not the perfect accompaniment to Pinot Grigio, I don't know what I would do.
I don't think that was that funny.
Nikki, Nikki 28 says, I think it's a bit of a silly thing to enforce, to be honest. Not sure if they're going to discourage younger people from smoking. It feels like given that young people are going to try smoking no matter what the flavour is. I've not made any plans, but I suppose I thought about it more this week. I only really smoke when I'm having a drink these days, so I might buy a couple of packets as a la-ta-la and some menthol filters. When those run out, I'll just smoke non-menthol ones probably. Or as well, a little bit embarrassed about smoking, to be honest. Feel similar to asking for a plain burger at McDonald's.
Oh, mate, tell you,
No,
shall I do Iona 28? I have you know that I'm a social smoker, which means I'm very aware, means I shouldn't smoke at all. But for me, there's nothing better than a few menthols sat in a beer garden with my pals. Menthol ban won't stop me smoking socially when I'm having drinks with friends or on Zoom, as is the case currently. It just means I need to be a bit more organised. Maybe I'll bulk order some of those capsules you can apparently get. Though the most probable option is getting my flatmate who's in lockdown abroad, probably in Tuscany because she's rich, unlike you because you're poor.
On a gap year.
To bring me some back with her because she's like my pal and we went to private school together. Did you go to private school? I thought not. Oh my god, you look like a
I
chap.
love my life as a dickhead.
I love my life as a dickhead, you know.
Oh, my friends
I
are
just have to bash it.
Dickheads too. Come with me, let's be dickheads.
Rip Sterling Jewel. They were like
Being
the
a
red
dickhead's cool.
And like anyway, see fuckers later. Bye. My name's Iona. That means I have more money than you. Ooh.
Has anyone seen Racist BTFA? Because Isaac the toddler with an IQ of 154.
Gap.
No one want to talk about that stuff. I thought someone would want us to talk about this.
We can do.
Oh, it's just a video, so no. He's got 154 IQ and he's brown.
Wow, I mean he's an outlier. That's really interesting that we recognise outliers.
Rakesh.
Racist BTFO'd.
Because this completely disputes everything we've said per capita, you see. Like, there's this brown kid who can add up, you see. And, like, that completely goes against, like, a body of research that's spent nearly 130 years.
No bigger, there's more to it than that. He's become a member of Mensa and already knows 50 American states and the alphabet in 3 languages.
Ooh, wow.
What a dickhead.
Yeah, but does he know he started World War II?
Rob Calvert's asking for another karaoke night.
Yeah, has he ever read Fall of Western Man?
I think he needs to.
Fall of Western Karaoke.
Yeah.
If he's so smart, is he able to read a Vola without falling asleep?
Probably not, because no one can do that.
Yeah, TLDR.
Are we all going to try some Prosecco Pilates, lads?
Pinot Grigio.
Yeah, I'll have a Pinot Grigio with my menthols.
Yeah, but you more of a Pinot.
Imagine how much of it like
Hobbit's a Lambrini girl. Are you a Lambrini girl?
How much of a nonce do you have to be to like unironically call it Pinot Grigio and not like white or wine or rosé or whatever the fuck?
I mean, I like green wines. The Portuguese ones are good.
Green.
They are our longest ally and they make good wine. So yeah.
Great.
So basically, what you got to do is you got to do yoga without spilling your wine.
You know, that sounds so similar to a game my friends used to play at the quarry where you'd have all these shell casings from the trees and we would just slide down the hill, which at some points was quite steep, without spilling your beer.
What the fuck was that?
Or that, do you remember, was it, what was the game in Crocodile Dundee? Did you had to get Don to spill his pint, didn't he? Do you remember that?
No,
apparently,
I thought the game in Crocodile Dundee was you grab a woman in between the legs to make sure if it's a man or a woman.
Just checking,
so
mate.
if I ever see Taylor Swift, which is like just checking, mate.
Apparently, a woman in Central Park the other day called the police on a black guy, and now she got fired from a job. I don't know the.
They're calling her Central Park Karen, aren't they?
Yeah. Why did she call the cops on him though?
Do you want to do the bit
That's what I don't know.
70 sex questions to ask your partner?
Oh,
Okay.
before we do that, I've got a brief little headline here. This is some breaking news here from Wales, right? So, a man from Barry, a Barry man, choked to death after eating cheeseburger whole. A father of three choked to death as he tried to eat a McDonald's cheeseburger in one mouthful, an inquest has heard. Darren Bray, 29, of Barry, Vale of Glamorgan, blanked out
He's
as
a
he ate
fat bastard and deserved everything he was going to get.
He was an absolute
That's the thing. If he was a fat bastard, he'd have probably managed it. But he choked to death on a 99p burger. There we go. There's a picture of him in potential stories. He's he seems relatively healthy.
Should we do the story about how Samoa has no COVID-19 cases with the help of a beauty queen? Grot, would you smash or pass that Samoan beauty queen?
Let's have a look. This in the newest one in the stories.
No, it's a bit further up.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Bit
further up. Woman takes knickers off. Europhobe.
Further up than that. Just above
Tiny
the
Prosecco?
halal tweet. Just above the Muslim halal tweet.
That's halal.
Yeah.
7 question.
Are we smashing?
Woman.
Hello.
Smash.
If we would smash, does that mean we get into P? Does that mean we can get into PA?
All right, let's have a look. She looks kind of old, and she's got a weird scrunched up face, but she looks okay, smiling-ish. She looks. I don't know. Yeah. She kind of looks like Dwayne Johnson. So,
try Samoan.
Not my type.
Her name is Phono McFarlane Sumanu.
Phono.
Phono.
Me
F-O-N-O.
Phono.
Phono. Oh, her full name is Phono Ifafo. Phono Ifafo.
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 Mifafo.
Ifafo. Uvavu.
Hey,
Irano.
I didn't know this. I'm not sure if it'll put into anything. I'll put in potential stories. There's a thing called Black September when Pakistani army killed 2,500
Can you just say that again? Pakistani army.
Pakistani army.
Thank you.
Black September, where Pakistani army killed Palestinians.
Ralph Soleimani's Pakistani army.
Get your cashmere out for the boys.
Ralph Soleimani's Pakistani army. Go on, Nagubi, what's
Why
that?
are you gay?
Green Army. They are the Green Army, aren't they?
Brown.
Oh yeah. Well, no, their flag's green, so that's why they'd be a Green Army.
Why are you
I caught you shitting in the street. I caught you shitting in the street.
You're being very racist, Timmy.
Your doormat's getting a clobbering. Your doormat's getting a clobbering. I'm going to squat all over it. And I'm going to have a shit.
Rakesh had a spurg out at me on Telegram because I said he needed to. I used several racial slurs. I told him to go back, and then he was like, "Oh, but you will have to beg." Yeah.
What? The fuck?
You only sing when you're shitting. You only sing when you're shitting. You only sing when you're shitting. Can anyone think of any more footy chants? I can't think of any more.
You'll never.
There's only one Terroristan. There's only one Terroristan. We are the one Terroristan. There you go. That's one. There's only one Terroristan.
What's it like to have no bog roll? What's it like to have no bog roll?
You know the guy who choked on the burger?
Yeah.
Oh, the Barry man.
Yeah, well,
Barry
in the
man.
I'll
picture,
shake
Barry
your
Manson,
hand.
man.
I'll shake you. What? I'll shake your hand. I'll shake your hand. I'll shake your hand after I've wiped my ass.
yeah, it doesn't rhyme.
Yeah, it
So-
does.
so-
It's not meant to. That's the point.
The man from Barry, he had a name, didn't he? Darren Bray, 29 years old.
Yeah, in that picture they used, he doesn't look Welsh. But it could just be the lighting.
Welsh.
I don't know. He could be Welsh.
Yeah.
I mean, what you're saying? The Welsh are so stupid that they'd never choke on the burger.
Don't know.
It's funny how he's a Barry man, isn't it? He's not mentioned. John,
Man of Barry.
Does anybody want
To
signs that
you.
you're dating someone with Peter Pan syndrome?
What is his?
What?
What
when
is
they never
that?
grow up?
What's that?
You do not
they have a
grow up,
shelf
Hemmingford.
full of, plastic toys.
You do not grow up.
And a Nintendo Switch.
Go play your video games, Emmett.
They say you never really know someone until you move in together, and boy oh boy are they right. I knew my ex had some growing up to do, but I didn't realise just how much until I moved into his flat. So he's a fucking man-child, but he owns his own flat, unlike you fucking homeless bitch. Is that right? Am I right or am I right?
Do not strip the Eiffel Tower that he himself didn't take, but bought at B&M.
Can I just say, why is it? I need an answer for this question, right? Why is it that women buy like cushions and put them on chairs and sofas? It's like, oh look,
It makes them
there's a
feel
sofa.
lived in.
Something they do.
Yeah, they're nesting, Hobbit.
They're nesting.
They're
You
nesting.
can't have a cushion on the
He
sofa.
didn't even have fairy lights strung up around his bedroom.
You
Oh,
can't.
mate.
You can't sit
but
on
mate,
a cushion.
like
you have to
women
take them
have
off.
women's bedrooms are so comfy, dude. Like
Women.
Women's bedrooms I've been in are quite messy.
So, anyway, he'd never had a job and was resitting his first year at uni for the third year in a row. His lifestyle was funded solely by his parents, apartment and bills included. Anytime he needed cash, all it took was a quick phone call to his mother. Being a self-confessed
you're
codependent...
still fucking him though, weren't you? You fucking dumb cunt.
Yeah. Being a self-confessed codependent, I saw our relationship as a bit of a project at first. I sprang into action, wanting to teach him the basics of adulting.
If you're using the term adulting, you are
adulting is disgusting. That in
if
itself
you're using
is just the
Reddit
opinion
terminology like
ignored.
that, you are not an
No.
adult.
Adulting, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm
I s-
adulting.
I spruced up the
You
flat.
are a
cooked
boy,
his-
Capstan.
I spruced up the
What?
flat, cooked his meals, ironed his clothes, and even introduced shower gel, shampoo, and the absolute luxury item that is deodorant to his daily routine. Extra points to me. What the fuck?
How did they raise such a slob? Like if his parents are rich.
I soon felt more like his replacement mum than his girlfriend. The ridiculousness of the whole situation started to make sense when I came across something called Peter Pan syndrome. I chatted to Dr. Tony Ortega, clinical psychologist and author of... Isn't he the doctor from The Simpsons, Tony Ortega?
Mm.
I thought that was Dr. Nick.
Dr. Nick. Dr. Nick Ortega, there must be.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, God. Clinical psychologist and author of hashtag Are You Here Yet? How to STF you and show up for yourself to get the lowdown on his often... What a fucking messed up name that is for a book. Can anyone do the Dr. Nick voice?
What does Dr. Nick sound like?
It's Spick. It's a pattern of
It's
behaviour in which...
Nick.
Yeah. It's a pattern of behaviour in which the person has big
Do Dammy
dreams...
Pesos' voice.
Oh, I can't do bad, damn it. Can you do Dammy
Monday,
No, that would be really annoying. Let's talk about when I'll do that in a bit. It's a pattern of behaviour in which the person has big dreams yet does little or nothing about them. Expect everything to fall in their laps, Dr. Ortega tells us. These big dreams are firmly rooted in reality, yet the effort needed to do it is non-existent. Fucking hell. Blah, blah, fucking. Oh, dear. In my experience, I've seen younger males in their 20s and 30s having more of these traits than females and older men. So it says, at its root, you'll find feelings of fear and entitlement. I would go as far to say it's a distant cousin of narcissism.
Did anyone? Did it? Oh, I don't understand why we have to dress it up in such ridiculous terminology. Can't we just call it spoiled rich kid syndrome?
Yeah, because it
which
says,
is much easier.
According to Better Help. What the fuck is that? These are some telltale signs of Peter Pan syndrome. A lack of career interest, can't handle adult situations, abuse of drugs and/or alcohol. Grant, this isn't hitting too close to home, is it? Trouble with commitment, unreliable and breaks promises, always blames someone else, uninterested in self-improvement.
This article is cold.
No, dude, I read this article years ago and then went, this is my personality now.
Hang on. I've just got to change his nickname.
Peter Pan.
There you go.
Just change it to. I don't remember that guy abusing alcohol and blaming other people, but whatever. Yeah, okay.
Helicopter parents also cause the creation of this personality style. They'll provide so much indulgence to the child that prevents them from developing the necessary resilience needed to basically grow up and take responsibility. Well, this is what we were talking about the other day, weren't it, Geralt?
We were talking about tism and how a weirdo dad and a Johnny mum will probably
it's
not
the Johnny
help
mum.
you
They
at
go,
all
they
and
go
make
sweep,
you autistic.
They just go sweeping up after autistic people the whole time, so they don't feel that they have to improve as people, do they?
Autism isn't a excuse or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember what you said, but yeah.
What else have we got in here? Mum buys vending machine and gets kids to pay for their snacks with money they earn from chores. What do we think of that?
To be honest, I think that's a good move. Because let's be honest, like I said, you have to, you've got to restrict kids from eating too much shit. And actually saying, okay, here's how it works in the real world. It means you've actually got to spend money on it. Healthy food is free. But I said this that is bad for you and that's full of sugar, you'll actually have to pay some pocket money for. And then, but to be honest, it's like, couldn't you have just taken them to the local shop?
So if Geralt's parents had done this instead of just letting him be feral, then he'd have been all right.
Yeah, but you said you'd have to fill the vending machine full of beer cans. That's different.
Machine on top of a building, because he'd be in his parkour gang, so you have to put it on top of a skyscraper. So he's running around,
Woman falls in love with man 36 years younger after she thought he was someone else on Facebook. That sounds like some straight up bullshit.
That's some milk shit.
When Gran of 10, Isabel Dibble, fucking hell, this is not even a real name. 62, received a friend request from Bariam Busada, 26. She thought he was a barista she met while on holiday in Tunisia.
That's a big difference. Barista.
Yeah. Barista.
Oh, mate, you want to get someone to check your dating profile.
Mate, the amount of 60-year-old women who can't spell, they just didn't go to school, They can't read.
What's the bet in the real story is this dude actually fucking trolls Facebook for desperate fucking old women?
Yeah.
I think that's more like the real story, isn't it?
That's his hustle.
Yeah. He caught one. Oh, this is one from the probably do this one as the last one, bit of a white pill. But I actually had to find it on the New York Times because no one in our country was talking about it. Brussels, the EU is willing to shift its stance on fisheries in negotiations with Britain next week, sources said, in what could be the first major concession from the bloc in talks on their new relationship after Brexit. Fishing is politically sensitive for France, and the 27-nation bloc said it would not seal a new trade deal with Britain without a stable agreement on that issue.
Wow.
So he might. It's all pretty vague, to be honest. No, there's no actual details in there, but hopefully we could have something pretty solid on fisheries. I mean, maybe this is what all the Dominic Cummings shite is about, to kind of bury Brexit negotiations, because we're supposed to think they're not going on, aren't we?
Well, yeah, basically. Well, we predicted that. Yeah, how the fuck is it the media has basically managed to memory hole Brexit? Even it's like, you notice that?
Well, it's not only Brexit; it's Brexit paddock. I mean, whoever wanted to know what happened after the Texas, was it Texas? Las Vegas shoot.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's like
still no one knows, and it just got memory hole.
Yeah, nothing ever happened, did it? Afterwards, it just vanished.
No. There's a lot of things like that.
This is one that E&A put in. The UK government claimed that insurmountable legal obligations to China. What? What is wrong with these journalists? A UK government claimed that insurmountable legal obligations to China prevent ministers offering a right of abode to tens of thousands of Hong Kong citizens has been blown apart by new legal advice handed to Conservative MPs. The advice by one of the UK's most prominent immigration QCs is likely to shift the mood on the Tory benches in the face of a potential clampdown on Hong Kong by the Chinese government.
Right. There's already enough, like, fucking gooks, like, who are students here and they don't integrate. So why the fuck would I want people from Hong Kong just because they're waving a flag around?
It's amazing, isn't it? They can find a legal loophole in anything to allow people in, but they can't find a single legal loophole to fucking stop them, can they?
No, exactly. Or like repatriate them, or actually encourage white people, or like do a Hungary thing to make reward families for making babies.
Did we do the whole homework story last week? We did, didn't we? Where the kids signed that fucking absolutely vile homework.
Yeah, we did. I got very angry
and stuff. Jesus.
Yeah, we did do that last week. Yeah.
Oh, have you seen two men have been charged with a drive-by shooting murder of a law student?
No.
Was it youths?
Youths. They were youths, and a youth was shot.
Oh, these youths.
Two youths.
Curry youths.
These youths.
Aya Hatchem, 19, was hit by one of several shots fired in Blackburn, Lancashire. Feroz Suleiman, 39, and Abu Bakir Satya were initially charged with her murder. Uthman Satya, Judy Chapman, and Kashif Mansour have also been charged. Police believe Miss Hatcham was not the intended target of the daylight attack, so literally no fucks given. Just go around shooting people.
Oh, great!
Great. Is it real? I mean, how would our country cope without this kind of culture being imported into
diversity?
Well, you can't expect the police to do the job. They've got to put LGBT flags everywhere and make TikTok videos, man. That's what our taxes pay for. That's what we pay them to do. And they're very busy covering up all of the child rape, fucking pedophile trafficking rings in this country. They're very busy burying that, memory holing it, fucking arresting and imprisoning witnesses, and fucking doing everything they can to. Yeah, exactly, and anyone basically identifying as English, they've got a police Twitter too. So it's really hard work being a police officer. Crimes happen and burglaries happen, and you go and you jail the fucking victims.
You got to sweep it up. You got to sweep it up.
Yeah, you got to janny it.
After our wonderful immigrants.
Yeah, got to be the cleanup crew.
Have you seen Dunelm's going to start opening 151 stores now?
Oh.
I did notice Mackie D's. I did notice Mackie D's is open.
My Mackey's wasn't open today because I after that picnic I could have gone for like a burger.
It's a 2-hour mark.
Yeah, okay. I think we're done.
All right.
Oh, but I want to hear more of the Mackie D story.
We can tell you that off air.
No. Everyone else needs to hear this quality entertainment.